Well, last episode, we became the new head coach for the French national team, but with Paris FC still our main priority, we get down to business in the Champions League this time out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Respected Jeff here, and I am back with Paris FC and a Paris FC side sitting top of the league. 15 games into the season, we are in first place. We want to keep it that way. And guess who our next opponents are? PSG. We were the top two teams in the league last season, and with only 3 points separating us, we all know how much this game is going to mean. Unfortunately, we do have Ilias Husni still out injured. He'll be out for the next several games, so we're going to have to make do without him in attack, but it's former PSG player Ismail Garbi who gets the start in his absence. So this game is our ultimate test, and let's get to it. Alright, well, we face Kylian Mbappé for the first time since becoming the manager of the French national team, so despite the checkered past we've had with him and some of the arguments we had during our time in charge of PSG, he kind of is our player again in a sense, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens between these two teams this time out. He's obviously almost always the player to watch here, so heads up, and that's one to watch out for in this game. Axel Bamba goes down early after a nasty challenge from behind from Saul. He carries on, but he doesn't look quite right. Definitely carrying some sort of small injury. Saul gets the deserved yellow card after that one. We find ourselves pinned back for a lot of this one. Fortunately, we look really sharp on the ball and we are able to play around PSG's pressure. We're going to have to find success on the counterattack, and despite not having Husni in the lineup, we still do have a lot of quick players, and here we have Garbi plays through Vinicius Tobias, who plays through another ball to the back post, and it is Jordan Veretout who turns that one in. Fantastic move from Paris FC, and we find ourselves a well-deserved goal up there. Really well played back to front, everyone gets involved, and that is just another composed ball into the area from Vinicius Tobias. PSG trying to find their way back into this one. Pereira, Mbappé working a ball through, and it is poked away by Bamba, but it is that man, exactly the guy we were talking about, Kylian Mbappé, who finds himself on the end of the loose ball faster than anyone else, and he tucks it away. 1-1. Well, I guess that answers the question if he's going to be up for this one and looking to score against us. He already has done it, and now we go into the second half here, 1-1. Well, it's been a thrilling game so far. Both teams look really sharp, and so far, this game is definitely still up for grabs. Like I said earlier, a win here would be so important to our season, but there's a lot of game left to play, and I think with both teams pushing for it, there's more goals in this for sure, so we just gotta make sure that they belong to us. But a big mistake from Lucas Zidane concedes the header from Neymar, who again was first to the ball, but that is a big mistake from our goalkeeper. Personally, I was trying to send it to the right back. It didn't quite register apparently, and that does cost us there. But it's the goalkeeper time and time again who does seem to make mistakes in important moments. And although he is our number one and we're not really looking to replace him, it is unfortunate that a lot of these things seem to add up for the team. And now we find ourselves a goal down because of it. And Gaetan Lora fires a shot at goal from quite some distance. Keylor Navas was up to the challenge though. 18 minutes left and both teams very much still pushing for this one. Axel Bamba taken on by the rapid Kylian Mbappé, and his injured legs unable to hold up to a sprinting race with one of the fastest players in the world, and he does score again. Kylian Mbappé likely puts this game to bed, unfortunately, to make it 3-1. Axel Bamba, a real warrior to have carried on despite that injury, but who knows how he would have fared in a race anyways, let alone with an injured leg. He was never going to catch up to Kylian Mbappé on that one. So we got 15 minutes left and some sort of lifeline back into this game with Gaetan Lora on the end of a lovely ball from Ismail Garbi over the top. And our striker finds another goal. Substitution time now. It's some fresh legs with Diakite coming on in midfield to try to liven things up a little bit. Let's just go for this. PSG, though, looking to really put it to bed. A fourth goal would surely do that. A shot at goal. Zidane did really well to keep that one out. Maybe only one chance remaining for either team, and again, panic defending there in the back, and we probably could have conceded a really good chance, but here we go on the counterattack. It's Gaetan Lora, plays it through for Garbi, and a sliding challenge comes in from behind. That's got to be a red, and it looks like it's probably going to be. Achraf Hakimi comes flying in to a reckless challenge, And with only seconds remaining in the match, I'm not sure exactly how important that red card's going to be, but we still have a shot here. Diakite plays it in for Soumaré, who has one final shot, and it's saved by Keylor Navas. Oh, heartbreaking stuff here. We've thrown everything we have at this one. One last corner kick, and it's played short for Romain Perraud, who plays it in for Laura, who scores! Unbelievable scenes here as Paris FC pull one back to make it 3-3. That has to be it. We're already over the allotted extra time. The final kick of the game from Gaëtan Laura. A disguised touch. It looked like he was maybe going to take a settling touch, but it was a beautiful finish just around the fingertips of the goalkeeper, and our big man up top gets the job done. 3-3, a point apiece. That is in a really, really, really important draw for us. The head-to-head matchups against PSG might shape the course of this season, and a point apiece honestly really does us a lot of favors in this one. Well, we do pay the price for it. Axel Bamba, also out for 4 weeks. Well, when it rains, it pours with injuries. 2 sprained knees back-to-back for 2 of our most important players. And now it's our captain who's going to be unavailable alongside Ilias Husni. Well, this is why we have depth this season. It's Diego Llorente, who's played well for us in the past, back into the lineup. And Ousmane Camara, who we have barely seen any of this season. Well-deserved spot on the bench for this one. He definitely deserves something after playing pretty well and growing over the last couple of seasons on loan. And here we go, back into action. It's Reims up next. We are still in first, a game in hand also, so I think a win here would continue to put us in really good shape here coming towards the later stages of this season. Jean-Noël Belocian gets another deserved start after some great performances earlier. And with that said, let's get to the game. All right, here we go. First place Paris FC back into action. And we are chasing another 3 points that would really solidify our spot up here at the top of the table. We're missing Bamba, we're missing Husni, but we carry on with the stars that we do have in the side. And even without them, we do have one of the better teams in Ligue 1. We're always looking to improve, and we're definitely not going to rest on our laurels, even in the transfer market, and looking to continually strengthen the side. But we're building something truly special here, and I think it is well-deserved. It's no fluke that we're in first place right now. We just need to make sure what happened last season does not happen again and have us choke later in the season. Gaëtan Laura looking to make something happen here early in the game from distance. It was a wild effort though, always rising, and we didn't really get that one on target. But a lot of possession here for Paris FC, 15 minutes into the match, and now Gaëtan Laura continuing to be a menace running forwards. Paulinho plays through Belocian, who takes a great touch inside and an even better second one, and Jean-Noël Belocian finishes. Well, what an enormous rise to success he's had in the team over the last couple of games. With the injury of Husni, he just about came into the side, I think 2 or 3 games ago. He scored the game winner in that one, and now he's stepping up again in an important match. I've mentioned it before, but he had that loan with Ajax last season. We signed him as one of the most promising young French players, and he's starting to deliver on that. And with the tide starting to turn just a little bit here, it is Reims who lose their heads at an important moment, and only 20 minutes into the game pick up a red card. They are going to have a long 70 minutes after this. Now, I also want to call out the fact that Paulinho single-handedly has won, I think, like 4 or 5 red cards for the team with his really driven runs through midfield. He just gets tackled a lot. Big shout out to him, crucial to the way we play. Here we go again as he might pick up an assist for Gaëtan Laura. He does. It was Laura who did most of the work there, but the two of them always interconnected in midfield, playing those little 1-2s, and there's a reason that they are 2 of the best players in the league at the moment. So we're able to rotate a little bit here. It's the aforementioned Ousmane Camara who gets some well-deserved minutes off the bench, and same with Seydou Mara, the striker, who we haven't seen too much from. He signed pretty much just to be rotation for Laura up top, and now he'll get some minutes. I mean, I think well-deserved minutes for him and played through. It's Jean-Noël Belocian with a lovely pass to find Laura again. Ooh, lucky deflection, but it is a goal. Probably not going to count for our striker, but it counts for the team. And at 3-0, this game is surely put to bed at this point. Taking a look at the replay here, it is definitely going to be an own goal. Laura did a lot of the hard work to shape up for the chance there, but unfortunately for him, it will not count. So 3-0, 3 points, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. And in a match like this, it secures our first place position another game week. All right, well, we move away from that game and into maybe the most important game we've had so far this season. Belosian very happy with the minutes he's getting. We're happy with his performances, so we love to see it. But this one matters for a lot. We take on Athletic Club, 5 games played already in the Champions League group stages here, and between the two teams here, we're fighting for second place. Right now, it's ours to lose. A tie would favor us, I guess, as long as Moscow lose to Chelsea. So a lot of ifs. It's in our hands, though. If we get a win, we are guaranteed a spot in the knockout rounds. But a lot riding on this specific game after the loss to Chelsea in our last one. And with the head-to-head matchup here, the all-important game, it is all eyes on this team. We're missing some key players, but we still have a strong lineup. All right, here we go. It is do or die time in the Champions League. A loss here would see us out, but a draw could go in our favor. A win would surely put us through to the knockout stages. And both teams look really energetic in this one. Not too bad of a shot from the opposition early in the game. Fortunately, Issa Diop looks absolutely monstrous as usual at center back, denying chances, intercepting balls, and springing us on the counterattack. Here we have Gaetan Lora one-on-one with his man, and it is blocked really, really well by the center back there. Lovely stuff from Athletic Club so far. Been a very even contest. They find themselves in behind our lines. Fortunately, Lucas Zidane out there to grab it. Plenty of action so far, but no goals. Gaetan Lora working the ball around here. Veretout, Soumaré twisting and turning, finds Felipe Anderson, who cuts in and gets a shot off. Lovely save from the goalkeeper to get down. The ball almost under him, but not quite. Neither team able to score yet, but a lot of good chances. Honestly, we've looked pretty close to conceding a couple of times here. But regardless, we remain strong, and as we come towards halftime here, it's Williams sprinting in behind, closed down by Romain Perraud, who does just about enough to close down the angle, but the cross comes in again. End-to-end stuff, proper game here so far, and it all still rides on whoever can manage a goal here. Paulinho charging forwards now. Can he pick out a pass? Yes. Anderson again finds space down the left-hand side, cuts it back inside, looking for a way through. Soumaré hits it first time. What a goal! Boubakary Soumaré stepping up in a huge way this season. Well, we were patient with him. We kept him over the last 2 seasons where he struggled to adapt. We kept playing him. And although he's never been terrible, he never really lived up to the hype of when we signed him and all the money we spent. But he's starting to do that. He's finding goals, he's finding assists, he's good defensively. He can do it all in the center of the pitch, and he is showing it finally. And it's paid off at a really crucial moment for us as well. If we can hang on here, this result would be enough to put us through to the knockout rounds. What a huge accomplishment that would be for Paris FC. It's our first season back in the Champions League, and God knows how long. It might be forever, really. I kind of forget my Paris FC history off the top of my head now, but someone can look it up. Let me know in the comments if you happen to know. Romain Perraud plays it back for Felipe Anderson. If we could find a second goal, that would do wonders for this team. Little give and go here with Lora. Almost comes off. Right idea. Beautiful stuff here. We look to close the game out. 17 minutes left. Belosian, Piet coming on to get some fresh legs into this one and try to just shut up shop. Williams now top of the box looking for a way through, and it is closed down, but Frimpong, edge of the area again blocked. We just cannot seem to clear. Traore, Piet closing down again. Cordoba top of the box. Every loose ball seems to be going to the opposition, and then Golovin strikes from distance to find the goal to equalize. 1-1, heartbreaking stuff. Thought we'd played that one well. It just seems like the tides turned against us a little bit. Maybe the crowd's behind them. It is an away match, but we need a goal here to really secure our future. Ball over the top for Ismail Garbi now. What can we make happen in this game? Lora just working it around patiently. Belosian, dink over the top. Lovely idea to try to find Lora. Wow, Belosian's definitely got a good eye for a pass on him. We've seen that more than once already. Definitely an eye for goal as well. We've seen him score a few. Belosian, another little dink over the top for Lora, who gets a shot on target. Saved by the goalkeeper. Piat recycles, and that is enough to see the game out. 1-1. Well, our fate is no longer in our hands. We are now reliant on Chelsea to have won that last game against CSKA Moscow for us to find a spot in the knockout rounds. Let's find out. All right, well, thank God Chelsea have won their final game. 15 points they finished with, very impressive, but for us, that means we're able to sneak through in second place. 8 points for us. Athletic Club finish on 7 after that draw. Moscow still on 4. Thankfully, actually, I guess I wasn't really doing the math right. A draw there would have taken us through regardless. So it's good stuff from the team. I don't know what I was talking about earlier, but it takes us through, and we are looking good. On the bright side, Ilyas Husni is finally back from injury. He is eligible for the team. We're not going to rush him back, but that is a huge boost. And with league action coming back, let's get to it. All right, Paris FC looking for another win. Outstanding stuff so far this season. But with some of the other competitors stepping up, keeping the gap close, and PSG especially really starting to pick up results, we got to make sure that we keep ours up as well. We're about halfway through the season, so still a lot left to play. And really, all said and done, only a couple points separate us and the teams down in second and third. A lot of close calls early in the game here. Again, our defense just about dealing with it, and I think we do look solid this season, but an absolute rip from outside the box. I think that's Josh Maja who finds himself in this Angers SCO team. They've been outstanding. They're in third place this season, despite not really being historically too great in the last couple seasons in this save. We try to find a goal of our own. It's Seydou Mara who starts up top, and again, the injury is starting to get to us a little bit. Gaëtan Lora has been playing so many games, we had to rest him. He just didn't have the legs to start this one, and it's noticeable. We're a different side, especially without Husni and Lora in it. Ismail Garbi is the one who steps up and looks especially dangerous. So sharp on the ball. I think if he can develop his passing and finishing a little bit, he will turn out to be a great player, but we see him get a couple of half chances here, and it's just not quite the same as our number one preferred starters up top, and we can't find a goal despite all of the flashes of brilliance he showed here. But Ismail Garbi now charging forwards. Now it is worth mentioning in the second half, we brought on Gaëtan Lora as a sub, and he does just enough to see that ball through. Veretout with a flare pass to find Felipe Anderson, who finishes to pull us back on level terms. One of the most underrated players in this team at the moment. I mean, to be honest, we signed Anderson as kind of more of a depth signing than anything, but he's come in and he's kind of been a starter for most of his time here. He just always seems to chip in with goals and assists. He might not be the single focal point or star player in our attack, but he's the exact kind of player we need on the wings to create chances. He's silky on the ball. He can score a goal too, and he just keeps getting better despite not being the youngest player in the squad. But we know who the real superstar is all of the time. Gaëtan Lora finds a goal as well. 2 goals, and just like that, we find ourselves back in front. Lovely little dink over the top and an exquisite touch from Lora to take that chance, and a great finish as well. We just look so much better with him in the side. Ismail Garbi does well to ride out that challenge. And on we go here, twisting and turning. It's Veretout. We're just going to try to see this game out. Gaëtan Lora does find himself a chance forwards, but with only 3 minutes left, just going to take it into the corner flag, try to see this game out. The opposition not quite closing down just enough here. We're going to work it into the box regardless. Belosian wide open, and he finishes. What a surge he's having into this team. Jean-Noël Belosian finds yet another goal. He has been absolutely outstanding. He came on as a sub in this one. He takes his chances perfectly, stays on it despite being closed down there, muscles his way through the defense, and finds himself the goal that really ends this game for us. 3-1, a fantastic performance from Paris FC, who remain top of the league, and at the moment, deservedly so. All right, well, as we move towards January and through the rest of December here, we have one more game against Brest. Unfortunately, I did play it. It was a close 1-0 loss. For some reason, the video didn't record, the audio did, so I guess you can hear the goal in the background there, but that's all we'll get to see for that one. 19 games into the season, though, that extra win was enough to take us to 46 points, 7 clear of second place. Unbelievable stuff. That's the rest of December, no more games. We're gonna get into January. We're gonna have the ability to bring in some signings and kind of see who's moving around in the squad. We have a couple players running out of contract at the end of the season who we might see move on. We'll get more to that in the future though. Zidane's made the most appearances this season for us so far, but let's give a huge shout out to Gaëtan Lora again. 17 goals in 24 appearances, 6 assists. It's obvious to see how key of a player he is to this team, and probably will be for the French national team as well as we go towards the World Cup. Ilyas Husni is another one who's done unbelievable, 7 goals and 5 assists. Paulinho, another integral part of our attack as well, 7 goals and 8 assists. I mean, I've said it before, but these 3 players, Lora, Husni, Paulinho, unbelievable, pretty much single-handedly leading us going forwards. Another huge shout out to Soumaré, who I mentioned earlier in the episode. 5 goals and 4 assists. I don't know what clicked for him this season, but he's growing leaps and bounds. He's up to 84. He's scoring goals. He's assisting. Love to see it. Another shout out for Bolosian, who only just started playing for us really and getting minutes, but 3 goals and an assist in 6 appearances is great. Also Tobias as a right back, 2 goals and 4 assists. So many key players in this squad, honestly. Jordan Veretute's another one who, despite being up there with age, just keeps growing. He's grown +2 this season already, which I did not see happening. We'll stop it if it gets too unrealistic, but well deserved. I mean, I think he's playing really well, and we'll just let him continue to do his thing in the middle of the pitch. The race is on for the Golden Boot this season. Laura won it last time, but Neymar looks really up for the challenge this time. Surprised to not see Mbappé up there, but I guess one of the PSG players is still in the race, at least, with Neymar still firmly in first place. If you guys want to join the Discord, feel free to join, link in the description. Would love to see you all there if you're not already. Also check out my website, respectedjeff.com. You can see all of the players and their detailed attributes and statistics for the season to just feel that much more connected to the club. And with that said, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will be back soon with next episode. But until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.